WrestleMania Backlash was surprisingly a really good pay-per-view. Nearly every match on the show was good. The triple threat women's title match was a quality match, and I really enjoyed Bayley versus Bianca Belair for the SmackDown women's title. The triple threat WWE Championship title match was also really fun. And then the main event of the show is one of my favorite matches of all time, definitely my match of the year. Roman Reigns versus Cesaro delivered and provided fans with a match of the year contender. As good as the pay-per-view was, there was one really stupid thing that sadly took the spotlight, and that is what we're talking about. That stupid thing happens to be the zombies that appeared on the show. Yes, that is right, there were zombies at a WWE pay-per-view. WWE was promoting Netflix and Zack Snyder's new zombie movie that's coming out really soon. Army of the Dead even features Batista as the main lead of the movie, so it only made sense for the WWE to have some sort of brand partnership. For the most part, everything about it was fine. There was a cool opening intro for the pay-per-view with zombies mixed in with some wrestling. It was cool. Who doesn't like zombies and who doesn't like wrestling? When you put them together, that is cool when it comes to a promo package. And then actual zombies showed up and were a part of the lumberjack match. The worst thing about the zombies was the fact that WWE was treating them as if they were real. I can't comprehend who really thought this was a good idea because it's so stupid. John Morrison, The Miz, Damian Priest, and even the commentators had to fear for their lives from these fake zombies. Something about that just does not sit right with me. Personally, it would not have been a problem if WWE treated these zombies as paid actors. It could have been written that Batista's present for the WWE Universe was just these actors. You know, everyone played along like, why are you guys here? It's not that cool. And instead of The Miz fearing for his life, it could have been the perfect distraction that causes him to lose the match. The zombies should have been taken as a joke so the WWE audience does not see these wrestlers act like complete morons and fools. As many of you already know, I am a fan when it comes to serious wrestling. I think that is when it's the very best. Not knowing if something is scripted, is a part of kayfabe, or if it's not, is when wrestling is great. Treating every single performer as a legit threat that embodies some logic is needed in the world of professional wrestling. And then, this stupid match happened. Like I said, this could have been such an easy fix. WWE just needed to acknowledge these zombies as actors that were paid by Batista and Zack Snyder. Nothing else needed to be done. But The Miz and Morrison selling the fact that they were being eaten alive by zombies was pretty stupid. There were two pretty funny tweets surrounding this match that I want to mention. The first one comes from Batista. A fan was asking him why he brought zombies into the WWE, explaining the displeasure for this segment. Batista straight up told him that he was on a plane and he did not book that crap. He then told the fan to tweet to Vince McMahon because that is the man that's booking this. I absolutely love this comment because it's totally true and it shows that Batista has no filter. It is genius work by him. Batista has been a savage as of late on Twitter, and nobody in the wrestling community is safe when it comes to him. The other tweet comes from Chris Jericho. He said, "Zombies, zombies, wow, you just set the business back 30 years. For anyone who does not know, there was a report that said backstage officials from WWE thought Blood and Guts sent the wrestling business back 3 decades, and it's funny because WWE literally features zombies on their programming just a couple weeks later after making those claims. I understand how people from WWE consider Blood and Guts to be a bad look for the wrestling business because everyone was blading themselves. It was very obvious the camera work was terrible, and the last image of the show was Chris Jericho on a mattress, so I understand why people thought that was pretty bad. But these zombies are just much worse. I just want to make a quick video about it and explain my opinion on the zombies and how they were incredibly stupid. Anyways, that is it for the zombies. The rest of the video is just going to be some other thoughts I had on the pay-per-view, pretty much giving you a tiny thought/review on WrestleMania Backlash. As I mentioned earlier, the opening match was the Raw Women's title. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte, and Asuka gave us a really good match. I was low-key rooting for Charlotte to win just because I wanted to see a bunch of people get angry on Twitter, because that is always funny, but I was happy with Rhea Ripley retaining nonetheless. The only thing I don't like right now about Rhea Ripley is the fact that she has a pretty weird character that she's been given. I don't think it's her fault, but it is a bit odd that she's playing a heel while she's beefing with another egotistical heel in Charlotte Flair. It don't make too much sense, but I don't know where it's going, but it is what it is. That's just what I don't like about it. The next match was the Dirty Dogs versus the Mysterios, and I actually think this was the second best match on the card outside of the Universal Championship match. Dominic Mysterio has gotten so much better in the ring compared to last year. He used to be a little clunky when it came to some things, but it seems like he's gained a tremendous amount of experience just over the last 300 days. The Tag Team Championships is the perfect fit for Rey Mysterio and his son. I'm very excited for the match that they will have with the Usos down the road. That is going to be a banger. Bianca Belair versus Bayley was also top-notch stuff. I saw good enough of tweets that night of fans saying that it was a subpar match, but I have to heavily disagree with those comments. I thought that these two were great together. Bayley and Bianca definitely have some great chemistry, and I always enjoy their matches whenever they are on my screen. Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre versus Braun Strowman was everything I expected it to be. It was basically just three men that were willing to do whatever it took to win or retain the WWE Championship depending on who the person was. It was good stuff. I think it's time for fans to admit it and say that Braun Strowman is an underrated talent. For the most part, he usually puts on great matches with almost everyone. Nobody ever talks about him being a good wrestler, and if anything, they say he's overrated, but I'm going to say that he's great and he's a fantastic wrestler. It sucks that he did take the pinfall, but it only makes sense since we are probably going to get Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre in the Hell in a Cell match, which will probably be their last one together. Overall, though, this was great wrestling, and I've been very impressed with Lashley's title reign so far. And the last match on the show was the Universal title match between Roman Reigns and Cesaro, and like I said earlier, this was everything it needed to be. To make things even better, there was no interference by Jey Uso or Jimmy Uso. WWE was telling the story where Jimmy Uso feels like his cousin only wins matches with the help of his brother, and that is why Roman Reigns got the job done by himself. It was a classic technical wrestling match. This is how you do wrestling in 2021, and I wish all the matches were like this. It was just a good technical match with logical wrestling and selling that looked real. It could not have been any better. Cesaro looked super strong as well at the end of the match, and then Seth Rollins came down to tease a SummerSlam match with Roman Reigns. I love how this match told so many different stories and sides, and I cannot wait to see all of them unfold. WWE did a great job with this pay-per-view outside of the stupid zombies. We need more wrestling like this. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And on the screen right now are some other videos that you should totally check out. So if you have some free time, go ahead and click one of them, and I will see you all in the next video.